I've never met Dawn before. Hi, Dawn.
Hi.
Dawn got started in October, I think.
Late November.
Oh, late November. He lives over by me.
Oh, yeah.
November 13th.
Oh. How's it going? Dawn did awesome in her first few weeks, and then Christmas happened.
Then I got busy.
So sorry for the short notice for this meeting. Evie and I wanted to do this right away, though, because first of all, there's such awesome new releases this month, but also because I'm just going to mute everybody now. Sorry. And also because the double hostess benefits this month involve having the party be a minimum of $400. So we thought we could maybe talk about some of the things that will help you to get to $400. And then Evie is going to talk about getting some momentum with your business, getting things going after the Christmas break. It's always harder to start something. Well, isn't there like a law of physics or something that something in motion stays in motion, and harder? I don't know. I'm a designer. So let's talk about how to get $400 parties. And I will just start by saying a lot of it has to do with your mindset. I go into every party and the minimum I expect is $500. So I don't even think about 200. My minimum is 500. And I think that having that kind of mindset when you go in really helps with how you coach your hostess and go forward with the party. So step one, how do you get a $400 party? The hostess coaching. Evie and I were talking about this today. Don't let the hostess be the boss. We've all heard, well, I want to do it on a Saturday afternoon, or I really think there should be kids there. And they're wrong. And most of the time, if you've done this long enough, you know they're wrong, but for some reason we let the hostess be the boss because we think we're servicing them. But the way I see it is that nobody ever says they want to have a party without wanting it to be a success. And you're the expert. We're the experts on how to have parties. So we have to kind of be able to guide them, not in a mean way, but just say, you know what, in my experience, what happens when there's a room full of 2-year-olds is that no one's able to pay attention to the books. And we want to make sure to get you as many free books as possible, but also we want to make sure that your friends have the opportunity to enjoy themselves and learn more about these books themselves. The other thing you want to do, of course, is get them to invite lots of people. Something that I have found happens quite often is I'll do a party, and at the end of the party, someone will say, you know, I really should have invited my coworkers and my neighbors, and I have these other friends that would have loved this. For some reason, when people are planning parties, they'll often stay focused on just one group of friends, like their moms from their baby group or their friends that are teachers or something. So trying to get them to think about everybody they know, everyone who could come, people that are aunts, people that don't have children, people that teach, lots of different people. And I like to incentivize with $10 for having, sorry, my husband's running our ice machine for a sec here. I like to incentivize them with $10 in free books if they have 10 people there. And I very rarely have to give that away, but it gets people to invite like 8 or 9 people. And I think 8 people is probably key for getting to a $400 party for sure. And I would give them that free book out of something called the 30 for 30. For anyone new that's watching this, for each home party order we get to put through, we get to order $30 worth of books for 30% of the cost, which is $9. So if you give a $10 book to someone, it costs you $3, and it's totally worth it when that means you're going to have 10 people sitting in that room. And you can also offer a gift if people bring a friend. That's also another way to make sure you get a large party. And that gift could be like free GST or free shipping, or it could be one of our little farmyard tale books you can order in our supplies category, or you could buy a pack of cards and just some of the Wipe Clean cards and some dollar store Wipe Cleans and make little Wipe Clean card packets with a Wipe Clean pen that you could give people. Or I don't know, the possibilities are endless really for what you could do there. The other trick to getting a $400 party is to collect lots of outside orders. So I, again, like to give my hostesses an incentive for doing $200 in outside sales. The reason I pick certain numbers is because I want to set that as a goal for them without them even realizing it. So I will, I'll talk to her about outside orders, give her some language to use, and then maybe help her to get them by, like one of the problems is that if you send someone off to our website or give them a copy of our catalog, it's overwhelming and people don't place an order. So you can help her to learn how to maybe share some of her favorites with her friends or make some suggestions to them. Or one of my hostesses who had crazy amounts of outside orders went through the catalog and put sticky notes next to all the books that she wanted. And basically everyone she handed the catalog to ordered books that she'd sticky noted. So that was really helpful. So anything that you can get her to do to help make those outside orders possible. And of course, send people to you for personalized selections and advice as well. And then Evie and I were always also talking that if there's a Facebook event associated with the home party, so always want to do personal invites and all that. We don't need to go into too much hostess coaching here because you guys are pros, but often it works really well to have a Facebook event in addition to the personal invites. And maybe you could post your Facebook video and some of your curated albums on there to try to get orders from the people who can attend the party. So the other thing you want to do, of course, to get to 400 is to increase the sales per customer. So I have a couple of ideas for that. For Facebook parties, Evie and I were chatting, and we think that maybe offering free shipping if someone orders $100 or more is a great idea. I don't know about you, but I never want to pay for shipping. I'd rather buy $100 worth of something and not pay for shipping than buy $20 and pay for shipping. So that might make me a bit nuts. I don't know, but I think that's not too unusual. And so we did the math. So if you're making 22% commission, 22% of $100 in sales is $22. So if you pay for their shipping, that's going to take $10 out of your commission, and you're going to make $12 commission. But the average Facebook party order, as far as I can tell, is about $25 normally. So that's like $5.50 in commission. So even if you're paying someone shipping, you're probably still making more commission than you would have if you hadn't offered that incentive. And so Evie and I also thought, there are other things that you're going to gain from getting people to place large orders. You're going to hit your goals, like your silver and your bronze and your gold and stuff like that, by getting big orders. You're going to earn points towards our incentive trip, and I'm sure it's going to be somewhere cool. We'll find out at convention next week, and we'll announce it here as soon as we know. You're going to earn bonus maybe for the month if you do 1,000 in sales. And if people are ordering $100 worth of books from you, you're going to do that. You're going to have a higher sales average, and your hostess is going to earn more free books. And then she's going to be really excited about hosting, and maybe you're going to get more parties booked because she's so excited about what she got. So there's a lot of incentives for offering the free shipping there. And then also pointing out the $50 the customer specials people get at $50. And I'm almost out of time here, so I will just talk about, sorry, I'm looking at a list I made over here. Evie made me prepare for the meeting. Party talk. So if you're doing a home party, the product knowledge, your party talk, the way you talk about the books, trying to paint the experience that people will have with those books, try to make people envision how they're going to use them with their children. That's going to go a long, long way in getting you sales. For a Facebook party, it's that video and your curated albums and just being engaged and getting your hostess engaged and excited about the books is going to help. And then lastly, and I think we've probably talked about this before, but know who your audience is. So if you are, if you're doing a home party, find out from the hostess who's going to be there. Are there going to be any teachers? What ages are their children? And for a Facebook party, maybe you can do some of that too and kind of change what books you're suggesting in your albums and whatnot, so that it feels more personalized for people. And the last time I have it all on here. I did it all, Evie. I think I did it in like 12 minutes. That was our plan. Okay, so I'm going to pass this off to you.
Okay, I just unmuted myself. All right, nicely done, Christine. So I'm going to talk about how to keep the momentum going in your business after the crazy Christmas holidays, because we know that October, November, beginning of December are the busiest times for Usborne. And then there's this kind of stops during the Christmas season. And sometimes it's hard for us to get back into it in January. And it's easy for us to think, okay, Christmas just ended. Who's going to want to do a home party right now? Who's going to want to spend money when I'm sure their visas are maxed out on all those Christmas presents? They don't even want to think about shopping anymore. But that is not the case, my friends. Personal experience for me, I actually joined Usborne last December after the cutoff. So I joined probably like the deadest time of Usborne of the whole year. Nothing's really going on. And then I flew off to BC for Christmas. I came back in January, and that's when I started my business. And I didn't for once think about me starting in one of the slower months, because I didn't even know about it being a slower month. So in my mind, I didn't know any different, and I just began my business. I started doing parties. I went to convention the next week, and I came back and I just did more parties, and then just kind of snowballed, and I got to Emerald within my 12 weeks. So a lot of it is just like Christine said, it's all mindset. It's what you think could happen for yourself. And if you think, okay, January is a dead month, I'm not even going to bother because nobody wants to do a party, then your business is obviously not going to grow just because of how you're thinking about it. Now, we think January, who wants to do a home party? It's cold, it's dreary, the weather's horrible, it's dark out so early, like all these things. It's not an exciting time to do home parties. But because of all those reasons, it's a perfect time. And we are discussing today, Christine and I, different themes. And we've talked about it before, different fun themes for hosting an Usborne party. And in the summertime, books and bellinis and having drinks and wine and cheese and all these different things. And we were thinking about books and Baileys. How fun would that be? Hosting a home party, books and Baileys and hot chocolate, or Baileys and coffee with whipped cream, and everyone in their cozy sweaters with the fireplace on and talking about books and all the ladies together. And it's just a nice time for ladies to get out, leave the kids at home, leave the husbands to put them to sleep, and just get out and have some drinks with your friends and meet new people and all of that. So don't for a second think that because it's January, nothing's going to happen with your business, because it's still a great time. What else? Now, how to get your parties. So we've discussed this many, many times, and Christine talked about it also, your personal invitations. Try not to do any general Facebook spammy posts that just say, hey, who wants to host a party? Double the hostess benefits, contact me. Because most likely, nobody will contact you. And just because they don't contact you doesn't mean that they don't want to have a party. You need to personally reach out to them and ask them. And most likely they will say yes. There's a good chance that when you do a post like that, they won't see it, first of all. And if they do see it, they might not really pay attention to it, or they're just seeing constant like ads and spammy direct sales posts in their news feeds all the time. I know for me personally, I have so many friends, Facebook friends, that sell different things, and it's constant in my newsfeed, and I don't even really pay attention to it anymore. I just kind of scroll through and I just kind of zone it out. So try to make it personal. And right now, the double hostess benefits is a great way also to reach out to somebody in a personal way and bring that up, because it's an extra bonus to get double the free books. One thing I have done in the past, in the summertime also, it's kind of a slower time. In August, I didn't have any parties booked, so I wasn't sure who I would reach out to. And I just decided, I've spoken to a few of you about this before, I just sat down at my computer one day and I just scrolled through my Facebook friends and I took notes of all the people that I thought might want to have a party. Maybe they were moms, maybe they were aunts or grandparents, or maybe they were teachers, whoever they were. Some people were close friends, some people were more acquaintances or my husband's friends. Some people lived in Montreal, some people lived across the country. And for those people, I offered Facebook parties. But I basically just kind of scripted out a message to them. I copy and pasted it into each person's private, into a message on Facebook. And I wrote a different introduction for each person to make it personal. So I would say, hey, Heather, how's it going? Oh my gosh, your little Charlotte is growing so fast. That picture you posted yesterday was adorable. By the way, blah, blah, blah. And then lead into the rest of the copied message. When I did this, I literally, almost every single person wrote me back right away and said, hey, for sure, that sounds great. Just let me know what I need to do. So that's a really great way also. When you're kind of at the point where you feel like you've already spoken to all your good friends and all your family members, your Facebook friends is a really good way to go. But obviously, if you haven't spoken to all your cousins and your brothers and your sisters and all them, then do that first. Yes, Christine also brought up earlier something that I have never thought about before. She mentioned that you should focus on what you provide. Don't ask for their help. And what she means by this, I think, is that rather than like asking them almost for a favor, like, hey, listen, like, do you think you could help me out? I'm really trying to reach gold with my Usborne business, and I'm really hoping you would be willing to, host a party for me. Like, do you think it's possible? Like, don't ask them like they're doing you a favor. Write to them like you are providing them with something amazing, that I would love to fill your bookshelf with so many great books for your children and that kind of thing instead. Does that make sense? Christine, do you want to add anything to that? Because I think sometimes we can, when we want to ask somebody to host a party, you get worried that they're going to say no. So then you kind of ask them, you're hesitant, but you just need to be confident with what we do and what our product is, and just tell them like it is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just remember, like in your own head, what we offer too. Like we provide a lot of value. We fill people's bookshelves, but we also help people connect with the right books for their children. So we really like feel good about what you offer, and don't feel like, oh, party. Like feel like, oh, I'm good. Yeah, do have a party with me, because what I give you is great, just in your head, and then that'll kind of come across more, give you more confidence.
Yes. The other way you can get bookings too is follow up with those leads. All those draw slips that you had handed out at previous parties or at events that people checked off, if they're interested in having a party, or, maybe they are, or yes, they are, reach out to those people, because there's a good chance that they would want to, especially if you mention the double hostess benefits right now. And also your past customers. This is a great time to do those kind of service calls or service messages where you write to them, hey, so-and-so, Happy New Year, how's it going? By the way, how does your son love his new books? Oh my gosh, that one's my son's favorite. And then you can lead into, by the way, I just want to let you know that we're doing a double hostess benefits right now, and I think it would be great if you would like to host a party, et cetera, et cetera. Yes. Then from there, you also want to just kind of think ahead to try to keep your momentum going at all times. Don't kind of wait until the month happens to think, what am I doing this month? Always try to think a month ahead. So in January now, think about also February. What's going on in February? Look at your calendar, try to plan some things. You can also look into vendor events. Start researching, see what's out there, what craft fairs are happening, and you can try to book some of those months ahead of time. How much time do we have? There also, this is another, an extra thing you could do. I know for me, in September, I really wanted to achieve, my goal was to get an extra ticket for my husband to come on the incentive trip. And I needed like a few $1,000s more in personal sales. And I was like, oh, there's no way I'm going to do this. There's not even a chance. I'm not even going to try. And Christine was like, you know what? Why don't you try doing an open house fundraiser? Where you just set up a bunch of books, you invite people over to come over between a certain time. They don't all have to show up at the same time. It can be like, between 2 and 5 or whatever it is. And you can make it, if you wish, into a fundraiser. And that's what I did. I donated all the books to the Children's Hospital, and I ended up, I think it was over $3,000 in sales, that open house fundraiser, just because so many people, as soon as they heard what the cause was, even though they couldn't come to the open house, they just really wanted to participate in some way. They were sending me orders on text message or Facebook, or they were even just donating, here's $50, just please buy books for the fundraiser. So that's another great way, if something other than home parties, if you want to just kind of host your own little open house. And then the last thing I kind of want to quickly mention is social media. Some of you I know have your Facebook business pages or Instagram. And I know some of you that don't might be intimidated by this and you think it's a lot of work. It's actually, sorry. It's not a lot of work. You just kind of have to remember to do it, which I'm not always the greatest at. Sometimes I'll forget for a month and not post anything. But I'm trying now to be more consistent. When I do post something, so I hadn't posted since I think the end of November. And then I posted a few days ago, and no joke, just after posting a few photos on Facebook, I've received 3 messages, 2 on Facebook, 1 on Instagram, with people that I've never met before. I've never met any of these people, that they saw my posts and they're really interested in the books and they wanted to know how to go about doing a party or how to just order directly from me. So that's just an extra way to grow your business, just by not really doing much. You just do a little post, and it doesn't need to be complicated. You can just take a picture of a book. You can, I know some of you don't have kids and you worry that the best posts are posts of your children with the books, and that's not always true either. You can just do a little boomerang, if you know what that is, of a book, or do a little video, or just write a cutesy little comment beside the book and just post that. And that can be enough sometimes too, just to get someone's attention. Because as soon as someone likes it, it will go into all of their friends' news feeds, and that is key. Because I think all of these people that wrote to me are mutual friends with my husband. So get your husbands or anyone to like it, so then it goes into their people's feeds also. So that's a little bonus. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for momentum. Is there anything you want to add, Christine? Sorry, I was trying to speak really fast and kind of mumble a little bit.
The only thing that I would add is that whenever I do a party, I have a personal goal to try to get 2 leads at every party for parties. And I find that booking, and I'm really horrible at not doing this, but trying to book the parties at the parties be held within the next 3 or 4 weeks makes a huge difference. It just gets the ball rolling on momentum, and it's a lot easier to host as coach, and people are really excited, and you don't have to chase people down. So that's just something I do. And the way that you book parties at parties is that you have to, first of all, make the party awesome. And then secondly, you have to kind of ask people if they're interested. People don't usually just say, hey, I want a party. Sometimes they do.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just need to ask the question in the most easygoing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you don't ever, I never want someone to feel bad, right? So just like, hey, casual style. That's what I do. But you could also
a lot of the times too is like they're always struggling to choose the books because they love all of them. So you can kind of play it that way, like, oh my God, I love so many of these books. Like, how am I going to choose? And then you say, well, if you're interested, you can also host a party just like Sally's hosting today. It's super simple, and you can earn the rest of the books for free.
Mm-hmm.
Sally, I always use Sally.
Sally. She's a good hostess, that Sally.
All right, let me show you these new releases. Okay, so we have a crazy amount of new releases this month. We have 28 new releases, which is a lot more than past months. So I don't think I have time to show you all of them in depth. I'll just show you kind of my favorites and the ones that I think are going to be the most popular. I also want to show you two from, I think, last month, because I don't think I've showed you them. You see Pop-Up Dinosaurs? It's so pretty. So this one we have Pop-Up Garden, and we have Pop-Up, the last one. It's crazy. Pop-Up Jungle? Oh my God, I forgot. Yeah, Pop-Up Jungle. So this is the third one in this series, Pop-Up Dinosaurs. Super fun. And then I think, oh my gosh, here it is. This is I think my new favorite book. This was also last month. Did you get Jungle Sounds, Christine? So this is a sound book, but unlike the other noisy books that we have where all the buttons are on the side that you press, this is embedded right in the book. So there'll be a little button to press like you see here. Oops. And then the sound comes out the back there. And the sounds are super realistic. The tiger. You hear that? Anyway, so that one's a really beautiful book and super fun. Jungle Sounds. So those are both from, I think, December, if I'm not mistaken. December, new releases. Okay, guys, here it is. What is Pooh? The greatest book that there ever was. It's amazing. Just to let you know, because if you don't have a copy of this in your hands, you're going to probably assume that it is the same size and the same series as the first questions and answers, like what makes it rain and how do flowers grow and how are babies made. It is not. This is first questions and answers. What is Pooh? So funny saying that, is very first questions and answers. So it even comes before and it's smaller. And then our regular questions and answer series is bigger, obviously. So there's 3 different sizes. This is exactly the same size as Peep Inside series. They're exactly the same size. Just as an extra thing. So yeah, this book is amazing. And I think kids and adults alike are really going to love it. What else? Okay. We were waiting all year for this one also. The Slot Together Theater. So we have the Slot Together Castle and the Slot Together Dollhouse, the Victorian Dollhouse. And this is a beautiful theater with scenes and characters for the Nutcracker and a Midsummer Night's Dream. So this is a really beautiful gift for somebody. We also have the next book in our Peep Inside a Fairy Tale series. This one is Cinderella. Our other one that we have is Little Red Riding Hood. So if you haven't seen these before, these are laser cut, and it makes it look like 3D. Well, it makes it 3D actually. And as you open the pages, you get more and more deeper into the little town. And it also has little flaps and holes, and it's a really, really gorgeous book, a little retelling of Cinderella fairy tale. And here you can see, and you flap and she turns into Cinderella with her beautiful dress. We have Big Book of Stars and Planets. So the other ones in this series, we have Big Book of Rockets and Spacecraft and the Body, and the Sea Creatures that also just came out recently. So these ones have the fold outs. Where are they? Oh my goodness. Four different giant fold outs throughout the book that open up. So that's that one. We have a new one in our Look Inside series. This is Look Inside How Computers Work. This is really fun. And this is really great for me because I'm clueless about all of these things. Look at this page here. The keyboard, there's flaps here for the keyboard, and then you can pull the keyboard down and then look into the keyboard and open all these little things up here. Christine, you probably know all this stuff already, hey? No? With computers? I'm clueless. I don't know anything. Okay, artificial intelligence. So this is in our Beginners Plus. So it's the same format. We have like graphic novel. We have real illustration, real pictures. We have illustrations, cartoon, lots of different information. Super fun. All about like robots and robots going to take over the world.
Is that a true paperback? Because I think, are they switching the series over and making them more?
I was just going to say, because the other one, wasn't it like there's a flap here. I don't have a sample with me of the other ones. Yeah. It's a true paperback, and it's $11.95, and I think the other ones were $10.95, right?
$9, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So the price went up also. Okay, I need to hurry. So we have 2 new wipe cleans. Both of them are words to copy. One of them is a get ready for school one with the little bunny and the mouse and the different animals. And then one of them is the regular one with the monsters. One main difference I found is the one get ready for school is shorter words. So most of the words are 3-letter or 4-letter words. And then you trace them, and then you write the missing letters. And then as you get to the end, like this page, you choose one from the left side, and then it's wrapped up on the right, and you have to figure out which gift it is and then write it in. And then the last page, you have to do it on your own. And then the other one is a little bit longer words. So 4-letter, 5-letter words, like stamp, paint, spill, a little bit harder, but they're pretty similar. And then here you choose from the bottom, and you have to decide which monster is doing. Like here he's catching a ball, so you write catch. And these are $9.95, not $8.95. So those also are $1 more than our other ones. That's not my badger. I don't think I need to explain this one, but it's super cute. Okay, this one's awesome. Sticker activities. So you have 1,000 different stickers here in different shapes. And they're just like a peel back. There's a line in the back, so you just kind of bend the sticker, and then you can peel off the backing. And then you make pictures using the shapes of the stickers. And then, so it will tell you an oval, sorry, it's hard to move this, an oval sticker, and then you add 2 teardrops, and then you can use a pen to draw the lines to make a bee. And then it tells you how to make each little thing, and then it will tell you certain things you can cut to make different shapes also. So basically you're creating fun scenes using the shapes of the stickers, which is really fun, and that is $18.95. And we don't have anything like that, I don't think, so it's pretty cool. We have 3 more illustrated, really nice padded hardcovers. We have Anne of Green Gables. We have the Illustrated Odyssey. We have the Railway Children. my gosh, so many books. We also have, oh my gosh, I forgot the word for it. What's this called? Canvas? No.
Cloth bound.
Cloth bound. Cloth bound Christmas Carol, which came out a little bit late, but that doesn't matter. It's a really beautiful book and all the story of Christmas Carol. Okay, we have Usborne Creative Writing. So we have in this series, we have the comic book and storybook writing. And this one's creative writing. So it helps you, for this instance here, beginning, build up, climax, resolution, end, and it guides you through and it helps you in your creative writing. What else? Okay, sticker books. So we have Medieval Fashion sticker book. We have Tudor Fashion to Color. So in this one we have like Victorian and all those other ones. We have, how many minutes do I have? Oh my goodness. Build Your Own Superheroes. This one's amazing. 1970s fashion. So in this series we already have the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and now we have 70s, and I'm hoping we have 80s and 90s. That will be fun too. This one's really cute, Cities of the World. So it gives different cities, Paris, Seoul, Korea, New York, Moscow, and the different sites, the big sites, and then it gives you the stickers to put on top. We have Lift the Flap for Sums. I love this one. I love this series. So this one, it will give you, for instance here, 2 snails plus 1 equals 3. So it's very simple. This is like one of the, the children are just learning to add. And here they can count the cars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then count them all inside the boat that went on the ferry. So that one's really cute. And as I mentioned, oh, I don't have time to tell you. That's okay. We have the English dictionary and thesaurus in one. I just realized. Dictionary and thesaurus. We have a hardcover picture book, which I don't think we have any of. This is Pussycat, Pussycat, Where Have You Been? A really cute little story. And then we have some new readers. Camping Out and a Gunpowder Plot. This one's for young reading. I'm going to run out of time. And we have Whale Got His Throat, which was a reader a few months ago that I showed you all, and now it's in a picture book form. So I think, oh no, Space Nap. We have a lot this month. And then this Roman one. Is that it? I might have forgotten something, but that's okay. Yeah, we have a lot of new releases, and I think a lot that are going to be super popular. That's it. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, Kathy, I'm sorry I never saw your message. What's the message you send them when they want more info?
She posted that